With UFO clips like this, and now new information about an alien body that was found that looks like this, it's almost impossible to deny that there's something incredibly strange on planet Earth with us, and we're going to be diving into all of this today. So before we get into it though, jump scare the hell out of that like button, subscribe if you're new, and tickle my little bell, because we're going on a bumpy ride. Strap yourselves in, let's go. First one, a UFO performs a sharp maneuver after laser pointer directly hits craft Big Bear Lake in California. Let's take a little look at this, because this one, when I saw it, you'll see.
Started here, and then he flew and curved down this way.
Just the beginning of it.
Oh, here's another one right here. You see him? Flying right over our heads. Pointing it right at him. And now he's turning.
Ooh,
Yeah.
it just flashed.
Yeah, you see him?
Saw a flash.
Yeah, it just flashed.
I'm lasering at him, and he's curving. Shit.
Did you see how that thing moved? Nothing on Earth is capable of hitting that kind of a degree of maneuver without at least the wings getting flown off or your body taking an absolute pounding because of the G's. It is actually physically impossible. And this thing just did it multiple times because of this green laser pointer. Now, my one thought I did have, besides UFOs, was some kind of bug, but I think they would know if this was a bug. Can't be an animal of any kind because, well, it wouldn't be a bat because they're blind. They wouldn't be able to see the green pointer, or a bird. Birds don't maneuver like that, and also you would have seen the wings. So it leads me to believe that there is some kind of craft. But what makes it weird is the fact that these guys are just toying with it. Like, they're just pointing a laser pointer at it, and they're just toying with it. So, I don't know. I find it so strange the way that it moved, and that leads me to believe that it was something extraterrestrial. And I truly think that this could be something, but it seems too casual for it to be a UFO, if that makes sense. But we've got other clips that we're going to take a dive at. So let's take a look at this next one. So this was captured back in 2021 on the 17th of October around 10 p.m. Take a look at this. So as you can see, there's 5 or 6 different lights, which I'm assuming would be craft, moving in a straight line, all kind of following the same trajectory, but intertwining between one another, interweaving, and that it looks so weird. So when we watch it back again, you can see how they morph and change direction. It's like they literally move sideways and lengthways, and they come together and they expand, and it's all this weaving about that makes it incredibly weird, because if it were fighter pilots, for example, they stay in a very uniform formation. It has to be uniform, or else they might crash. Airline pilots, you don't see airlines flying like this because they need to keep a certain distance from one another, or to avoid collisions, of course. So it could be satellites. It could be a huge group of satellites up in space, orbiting all kind of at a similar pace, but you don't often see that once again. So, you know, ruling all of those things out, is UFOs the last thing on that list? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Next video, again, this one's a bit of a weird one. This is a landed cloaking UFO. This is the original report and video from Newport and right. I called this Muffin last time because I think Muffin sounds much better, but apparently it's MUFON, respectively. So MUFON. Now, to look at it on the surface, I would have said I'm not 100% sure, but looking at the sources from where it came, for it to come from MUFON and the NUFORC, it adds a bit of credibility to this, because they are very respected organizations within this space, and for those to be releasing it, it means it has to be something less than nothing, if that makes sense. Or more than nothing, sorry. So it kind of leads me to believe that there's something about this, because, again, like I said, if it was just independently posted by someone, I would say, well, it could be anything. It could be fake, it could be staged, manipulated in any way, but, this video would have undergone some testing by these organizations before being re-released to the public. So, bear that one in mind. The next clip, this was caught by a pilot, all right? So, this is cockpit camera footage. Take a little look at this. Right, that was dramatically loud, so I'm just going to turn that audio off. So as you can see, we've got the UFO kind of sat flat, and then it just suddenly tilts like this, which is weird. It goes from like this, horizontal to vertical. And that's how the video ends. And I wish the video didn't cut there, because if the video carried on playing, we might have seen the next maneuver. It could have gone up, it could have gone down, it could have gone anywhere. It might have, stayed horizontal. I don't know. It's always the way with these, but we're going to move into the next part of this video. So there was a supposed mummified alien body with an elongated skull found in Colombia. Now, this is not those Colombian aliens that were presented to Congress like 6 months ago. This is very, very different, and this came from the Daily Mail, but I've also seen the Metro and other news outlets report on this. So, they went on to state, mummified fetus with elongated skull found in Colombia could be alien or tiny cave-dwelling humanoid that lived over 800 years ago, researcher claims. A mysterious new fetal mummy has surfaced, and one veteran public radio reporter suspects that it could be an alien or tiny humanoid from an ancient species. The alleged extraterrestrial has an elongated skull, slanted eyes, and an unusual number of ribs, at least according to the reporter. An unusual amount of ribs, who stated that the body seemed to have 10 ribs on either side of the body compared to a human's typical 12. Images of the deceased being were delivered by an anonymous source via WhatsApp message to the reporter Joseph Guajario, who said that the mummy may have originated in El Cerro de los Enanos, I've butchered that, the Hill of the Dwarfs, in remote Colombia. Signs of an umbilical cord, usually found on terrestrial mammals, have fueled speculation that the alien mummy could be related to the infamous remains of the alleged cave-dwelling tiny humanoid discovered in Peru. Skeptical scientists, however, have maintained that both specimens are likely stillborn and all too human fetal remains. But the new finding might keep hope alive for frustrated ancient alien hunters, following a recent blistering analysis by forensic archaeologists who concluded the alien mummies presented before Mexico's Congress last September were man-made. So, these were the images of the supposed beings. You've got this one, and then this is it on its reverse. So you can see the rib cage here, elongated skull, the tiny limbs, which, either links to it being a dwarfed being or to it being fetus. So those were the photos that were sent across, and this is the image of what they are saying it resembles. So the new find resembles Chile's mysterious oblong-headed Atacama skeleton, which, according to the Spanish businessman who has spent a decade studying it, it may have been a small class of terrestrial humanoid, a human cousin he believes may have once lived in the Chilean caves, and this is what it's being referred to. And you can definitely see the links, especially with the rib cage here. You can definitely tell with the elongated head and with the tiny limbs. Now, moving forwards, the macabre new photos were sent to Juaro, who hosted National Radio of Spain's Enigmas y Darius for a decade and is now a UFO researcher and author. While the source claimed the eerie fetal remains were found in Colombia, he shared in a post on X, "I can't know exactly because I lack verifiable data." The veteran journalist also noted in his formal release of the photographic evidence that he personally preferred to remain agnostic on the possible alien origin of the mummified remains, citing fetal size and mammal-like umbilical cord. So he basically was very reluctant to say that this was definitely an alien because it had an umbilical cord and it also had very humanoid features, which I think that's fair enough. So I think, remaining cautious is incredibly fair. So based on an assessment by biological anthropologist Sian Halcrow and her colleagues, the skeleton is likely to be a fetus or premature infant that died less than 4 months into pregnancy. Halcrow told DailyMail.com last year that the tiny humanoid theory was absurd. So, incredibly sad twist to the tale, unfortunately. I don't think we found an alien, though I think everyone does like to kind of pinpoint this to being an alien, especially when you look at the features. You've got the humanoid-like features, the figure, the elongated head, the tiny limbs, the rib cage, the long eye slits, the open gaping mouth. But unfortunately, it looks as if it would be something that's had a far more cruel background to it, with it being a fetus, believed to be, supposedly, around 4 months into pregnancy. So not even 4 months old, but just 4 months into pregnancy, which is an incredibly sad story, sad end for this little one. But yeah, not an alien apparently. But what do you think? Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. I'd absolutely love to hear them. While you're down there, be sure to jump together the hell out of that like button, subscribe if you're new, and tickle my little bell so you get notified whenever we upload. And until next time, guys, I hope that you have enjoyed, and I'll wait to see you in the next one. And until next time, I'll speak to you later. Peace.